press 1 voice remote.
That's amazing.
Welcome back to the 11th hour. Underscoring the huge diplomacy and foreign policy challenge that North Korea poses for the Trump White House, North Korea has again tried to test fire a ballistic missile. A South Korean military official tells NBC News the test failed, exploding just after launch. U.S. officials say the missile was short range, capable of hitting the South Korean capital, Seoul, and that it didn't leave North Korean territory before exploding. With me to discuss this, former spokesperson for the State Department under President Obama, Nayyera Haq, and in New York, former North Korean analyst for the CIA, Sumi Terry. So, Sumi, I want to start with the significance of this test. Does it feel like this is a back and forth between the Trump administration and North Korea, or North Korea independently trying to get the world's attention?
Well, this was entirely expected. North Korea has always tested. This is his 75th missile test since Kim Jong-un came into power. And this is 9th test under Donald Trump administration. So this is expected. And now that it's a second failed test this month, I think they have to continually test. And we're probably looking at another nuclear test down the road, and possibly even an ICBM test.
And so you don't think that this is a response to Donald Trump making that sort of out-of-the-blue statement that we could have major conflict with North Korea?
Well, in a way, because Kim Jong-un cannot back down and look like he's caving under pressure. But this is also North Korea. As I said, in 5.5 years, he conducted 75 nuclear tests, missile tests. Excuse me.
Yeah. So one of the strange things that sort of happened, Nayyera, is that over the course of the last, it's only been 99 days, Donald Trump has gone from being the biggest attacker of China and critic of China to sort of having this sort of BFF relationship with the president of China. He tweeted this tonight. He said the following: North Korea disrespected the wishes of China and its highly respected president when it launched, though unsuccessfully, a missile today. Bad. What is going on here?
Well, what's going on is you're seeing a president who's understanding foreign relations really for the first time. It's not something he's understood in the diplomatic context. He's only seen them as business deals before. So he would threaten, he would bully people into getting to the points where he wanted them to. And so he took a phone call from the head of Taiwan, which sent China up into Twitters.
Right.
And then after a meeting with China over chocolate cake, suddenly thinks that China is
the most delicious chocolate cake.
The most delicious chocolate cake. That China is no longer manipulating currency, and really, they explained North Korea to him. Thank God somebody got through about that. And so you end up now with a complete reversal where he is not going to take another call from the head of Taiwan. So this is not a president who has any strategic objectives other than, well, I was in front of somebody who gave me some information that I liked, and I understand it in my most basic way. We saw this also with NAFTA, where for just a few hours he was going to threaten to tear everything to pieces, and then he gets on the phone with the leaders like, well, it wouldn't be nice to treat them this way.
Right. If they're nice to him, he sort of changes his mind. I mean, there is this sort of sense that the everyman presidency, I mean, it has its limits, because just sort of Donald Trump's understanding of these issues does not feel like it is that much far above the sort of level of the everyman, of the ordinary person. Tonight on Fox News, Donald Trump, who's president of the United States, seemed to have trouble separating his understanding and his comments about China and North Korea and really the trade agreement with China and sort of what was going on. Let's take a listen to Donald Trump tonight.
I saw on the show the other night where you're talking about there's never been any kind of a relationship that we've had with China. Look at what China's doing. They're turning back the coal ships from North Korea. They're putting a lot of pressure on North Korea. And I speak nicely about China because I really do believe they're trying to help out with respect to North Korea. But the trade deficit with China is hundreds of billions of dollars. The word I like to use is reciprocal. If we had a reciprocal nature to our trade deals, it would be a whole different ballgame.
State Department spokesman Nayyera Haq, did that make any sense to you? We've never had any kind of relationship with China?
Well, we did actually after Nixon. We opened the doors and had relationships with China, and actually have had a longstanding trade and business relationship with them. So it is, again, the president is starting to understand what that diplomacy is not just one-sided. It's complicated. There are many layers to it, and you can be friends on one issue and be enemies on another. So you have to find the compromises and move forward where you can.
Yeah, and Sumi, the other sort of thing that happened today, the Washington Post reported that Donald Trump has made some comments about our trade deals with South Korea that have set off alarms.
Yes.
And it said the following: President Donald Trump threatened to terminate the U.S. trade agreement with South Korea in an interview Thursday night, declaring that the 5-year-old accord with a key ally was a horrible deal that left America destroyed. Your thoughts?
I think this is wrong time to picking a fight with a key ally in the region, particularly with North Korean crisis escalating. Trump has made a number of comments, not only saying he's going to rip up the free trade deal, he also said that South Korea should be paying for the $1 billion for THAAD deployment. And just a week ago, he also said that Xi Jinping, in his conversation, 10-minute conversation with Xi Jinping, he learned a lot about the Korean history and that Korea was part of China, which got a lot of South Koreans riled up. So I think, again, this is a key ally, this is a crisis moment, and we need to have a close relationship with Seoul. So I think this is not looking good in this regard. Yeah.
Donald Trump and his team may need a crash course in everything. Sumi Terry, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Nayyera's going to stay with me. And coming up, the story that has plagued the Trump White House since day one.